Over the past few years, New Zealand has seen a worrying trend. Thousands of its own citizens are packing their bags and moving across the Tasman Sea to Australia. The numbers are striking. In the year leading up to March 2025, around 70,000 New Zealanders left their homeland, and nearly 60% of them chose Australia as their new destination. That's a massive outflow, and it's not just a temporary wave. In 2024 alone, around 47,000 Kiwis moved to Australia, while only 17,000 went the other way. The result is a net loss of about 30,000 people, and this imbalance has triggered serious national concern. Why are so many Kiwis leaving the country they once proudly called home? The reasons are complex, stretching from economic struggles and job opportunities to lifestyle preferences and migration ease. Let's explore this growing migration story in detail. Economic pressures at home. One of the biggest reasons behind this exodus is economic pressure. New Zealand's economy, though stable on paper, has been struggling to keep up with rising living costs and stagnant wages. For many citizens, especially working families and young professionals, it has become increasingly difficult to make ends meet. Unemployment has climbed higher over the last 2 years, and wage growth has failed to match inflation. Many workers report not receiving pay raises for years, while rents and mortgages continue to skyrocket. The cost of groceries, fuel, and utilities has also risen sharply, stretching household budgets to the limit. In contrast, Australia offers a more rewarding financial environment. On average, salaries for comparable jobs are 20 to 30% higher in Australia, and in industries such as healthcare, construction, and engineering, the gap is even wider. Many who have made the move say that they can save more money, enjoy better benefits, and still have disposable income left at the end of the month. New Zealand, on the other hand, has become one of the most expensive countries in the world to live in, especially in cities like Auckland and Wellington. As living standards become harder to maintain, people are increasingly drawn to the greener financial pastures of Australia. Better job opportunities and career growth. Australia's job market is another major magnet pulling New Zealanders across the Tasman. The country's larger and more diverse economy means more industries, more companies, and more opportunities for career progression. From mining and manufacturing to healthcare, information technology, and education, Australia offers a wide range of sectors with better pay and long-term stability. Many Kiwis, particularly those in their 20s and 30s, see limited career advancement opportunities at home. The small size of New Zealand's market means there are fewer high-level jobs, fewer promotions, and slower growth. In Australia, the situation is the opposite. Companies are larger, the competition is global, and the possibilities seem endless. Moreover, the benefits that come with Australian employment, like retirement superannuation, paid travel breaks, and better working conditions, make a huge difference. For a generation that values both financial freedom and personal growth, Australia looks like a land of professional promise. Lifestyle, climate, and proximity. Of course, not every decision is purely economic. Lifestyle also plays a big role. Australia's warmer weather, longer summers, and outdoor-oriented culture attract many New Zealanders who are tired of grey winters and unpredictable rain. Life in Australian cities such as Sydney, Brisbane, and Perth offers an appealing balance between urban comfort and outdoor adventure, something that resonates with New Zealand's love for nature, but with a sunnier twist. Beyond climate, lifestyle options are also broader in Australia. Larger cities mean more entertainment, more restaurants, and more cultural events. For younger people and families, there are more opportunities for leisure and recreation. Geographically, the move is relatively easy, only a few hours flight away, so it doesn't feel like an emotional or cultural leap. Many migrants say they don't feel like they've moved to a foreign country, since Australia and New Zealand share language, lifestyle, and even sporting rivalry. It feels like moving to a bigger, warmer version of home. Ease of migration between New Zealand and Australia. One of the biggest enablers of this migration trend is how easy it is for New Zealanders to move to Australia. Thanks to the Trans-Tasman travel arrangement, New Zealand citizens can live and work in Australia indefinitely without applying for a traditional visa. They are automatically granted a special category visa upon arrival, which allows them to work, study, and reside legally. This unique arrangement removes many of the obstacles that typically discourage people from migrating. There's no lengthy visa process, no waiting years for approval, and no need to prove specialized skills before entering the job market. For many frustrated New Zealanders, this ease of migration is a game changer. It means that moving to Australia is not only appealing but also practical and low risk. Many see it as a try-and-see move. They can test out life in Australia without closing the door on returning home later. Demographic and generational factors. Interestingly, this migration wave is being led by younger generations. A large proportion of those leaving are under 30 years old, including recent graduates, young families, and skilled workers. They are motivated by ambition, career opportunity, and a desire for financial independence, things they increasingly feel are harder to achieve in New Zealand. This generational shift is worrying for New Zealand because it leads to what economists call brain drain. When young, educated, and talented citizens leave, the country loses not only population but also innovation, energy, and productivity. Businesses struggle to find skilled workers, and sectors like healthcare, construction, and education face shortages. Meanwhile, Australia benefits from this influx of motivated, hard-working migrants who easily integrate and contribute to their new communities. The numbers that tell the story. The statistics make the picture clear. In the year leading up to mid-2024, New Zealand saw a net loss of more than 60,000 citizens, one of the highest in over a decade. Of those, more than half went to Australia. At the same time, Australia's economy has continued to grow, offering better job security and higher wages. Studies show that the average income in Australia is roughly one-third higher than in New Zealand. Housing affordability is also somewhat better in some Australian cities compared to Auckland or Wellington, and public infrastructure such as transport and healthcare is often more advanced. These practical differences, combined with emotional and lifestyle appeal, explain why the flow of migration has become so consistent and strong. Implications and risks for New Zealand. While migration is a personal choice, the long-term impact on New Zealand is significant. The country faces growing labor shortages in essential industries, especially healthcare, education, and construction. Businesses are struggling to retain talent as more workers leave for better-paying jobs overseas. This loss of young, skilled citizens weakens innovation and slows economic growth. The demographic imbalance also poses social challenges. With fewer young workers, the tax base shrinks while the population continues to age. This puts pressure on public finances, pensions, and healthcare systems. Meanwhile, communities in smaller towns may experience a loss of vitality as younger generations move abroad, leaving behind aging populations and declining local economies. For policymakers, this trend is a warning signal. It highlights the need for wage reforms, affordable housing initiatives, and stronger investment in career development. Without meaningful change, New Zealand risks becoming a country where talent is raised but realized elsewhere. Why some stay and why some return. Despite this large-scale migration, many New Zealanders still choose to stay, and some who move eventually return. The reasons are emotional as much as practical. For many, New Zealand's sense of community, safety, and natural beauty outweighs the lure of higher pay. Families with strong local roots often choose to remain close to their loved ones, while others return after realizing that life abroad comes with its own challenges. Some returnees describe missing the friendliness, slower pace, and unique culture of New Zealand. Others find that while they earn more in Australia, they also spend more, or feel less connected to the people around them. Home, for many, is not just a place on the map, it's a sense of belonging that can't be replaced. What could change the trend? To slow down this exodus, New Zealand needs bold reforms. Increasing wages, improving job security, and tackling the housing crisis are essential. The government must create incentives for young professionals to build their lives at home instead of abroad. Better infrastructure, affordable housing schemes, and investment in innovation-driven industries could help keep talent within the country. Education also plays a role. If universities and training institutions align their programs with emerging industries, more young people might find reasons to stay. At the same time, promoting entrepreneurship and digital growth could create opportunities that rival Australia's appeal.